Football Power Hour.
Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good in the hood? It's the Football Power Hour. We back, baby. We back. After that Champions League game, felt like just going to hibernate and lock myself up, but you know what? It's all good. It's football. And I am here to talk about that and talk about other Men United things as well with my brother. You've seen him before on this channel. Nice the kid. Let me say big up to you, brother. What's good?
Yo, what's good, boy?
I'm chilling, bro. You look, I was literally we were laughing backstage, just talking about it's summertime where I am, and it's winter in Botswana, bro. And the picture represents that accurately.
Yeah, it ain't on this side, man.
How's the winter? Is it severe? Is it mild? Where we at with it this year?
I mean, it's as severe as an African winter can be, but I'm cold, bro.
Bro, I hear you. The thing about it is, people always assume that if it doesn't snow, it's not that cold. But even though just like obviously I've experienced more Botswana winters than say North American winters, and it's just one of those things where I'm just like, the Botswana winter is special, bro. It hits you, it pierces through the clothes, It's just it's crazy.
It's because we're from such an extreme heat, man. When you come from an extreme heat, the extremes are so extreme. It's not like there. I'm sure you have nice summers, right? Just chilled summers where it feels it's not hot, but it's not too hot. When it gets hot, it's hot. So when you go from that to extreme cold, it's like a shock to the system. But yeah, it's all right. It's not the worst.
I hear you. We'll survive through. I want to say big shout out to Kush. He says vacation bots in the building. Hawaii shirt. Yes, sir. That's exactly what we're saying, man. And now we got jail sale. See in the building. It's funny. I was just it's one of those things. But anyway, bro, where were you? Actually, maybe we'll save the talk for the Champions League if our other friend joins us. Let's first talk Man United. Let's go straight to Man United right now and say, all right, I want to ask you. You said one time when you were here that bro, we should just sign Kane. But I think you've reconsidered that opinion. I hope you've reconsidered that opinion, because I want to just go ahead and just say, let's actually, from your perspective, I wanna just go ahead and first of all change the colors of this because it looks like Arsenal. I'm not gonna ask you to hold on.
I'm in mourning, bro. I'm all black, bro. I'm mourning the red side of Manchester because that blue side is it's a bit loud at the moment. So I don't want to be seen on the streets. I'm just RIP to being the only Manchester team of the treble.
Bro. Mancity is gonna. We'll talk about that. Let's talk about. I gotta ask you real quick. What's your preferred formation, by the way, for Man United? Because I want to just get a picture of how your Man United would look ideally next season.
My preferred formation, I'd say 4-2-3-1, I guess.
Okay.
With an attacking midfielder, the wingers, a central striker, one deep lying midfielder and one defensive midfielder. I don't think they both need to be defensive. I think if we have a ball playing midfielder in midfield and a defensive midfield next to him, I think we can be all right. I think the problem here is that we have a very weak back four, so that's why we tend to need two defensive midfielders instead of one. But I think in an ideal world, that's what I would prefer. I'd prefer.
Cool. As you're talking, I'm just listening. You're like, okay, one deep line. I put this one here. I'm like, all right, boom. Here we go. So
about it. Maybe the two wingers a little bit more forward-ish, a bit maybe slightly less defensive duties. But the problem now is that like I said, because our back four is not great. That kind of formation leaves holes back there. You know what I'm saying?
Right here, especially when you're saying
Yeah.
more forward. This is like these faces right here. Oh,
Yeah,
Mojo's in the
ideally.
building, by the way. I just noticed right now that our brother is in the house. Let's have him come in. What's good, brother?
What's up, guys? How's it going?
It's
We're
all good.
chilling, man. Chilling. We're
Are we
building
live?
Yeah,
we're
we
live
live, boy.
right now, sir. We're literally just building a quick Man United 11 next season. You know, we're taking transfer rumors into account, or what our ideal shopping card could look like. So it's like let's go ahead real quick and make it quick and say we know that David De Gea is going to be there, right? So
Mm-hmm.
so
Yo,
and
so
then
what do you think about that, man? I've been hearing a lot of Man U fans saying he needs to go, man. And I remember you said something along those lines. Are you still there?
No. I'm right now. Right now, my position on the hair is clear. It's like we have to prioritize other areas on the pitch. I want to. I like Onana's performance, bro. We saw Onana what he was doing. He was number 6. Did you see that?
Man,
He was.
I don't want no goalkeeper. I don't want no goalkeeper being able to run with the ball, bro. Goalkeeper needs to
Bro,
stay. You got
no.
midfielders and defenders for that, but that nigga was running to the center line. That guy dribbles. No, dog.
Yeah. Did you see?
Nah, that ain't for me. That ain't for me.
So
Yeah, I'm wearing the wrong
but
shirt,
for
but
me,
that
like
guy's
once you see what a goalkeeper of Onana's quality can do, you're like, man, I want somebody who launches attacks like Lukaku had 2 chances that were Onana engineered.
The
When
thing
you
is,
really needed,
he's a shot stopper as well. Like, it's not like he messes around at the back and he's just faffing around. He's a shot stopper. Onana's tops, dude. He's probably one of the best shot stoppers in Europe. If we were to bring up stats,
Listen, I don't know.
he's probably in the top 10. So
Yeah.
I don't know that guy like that, but I do know that I got nervous every time he was on the ball. I don't want any goalkeeper that makes me feel like that for 38 games.
Nah, the kid
But
knew
I'll
what he
tell
was
you,
doing. The kid knew what he was
anytime I
doing,
saw
bro.
that guy on the ball, it looked like at any time he could lose it. Like at any time. There was never a dribble that looked confident enough for me to be like, yeah, no, I'm okay with it.
I felt the same, right? I felt the same, but it's just because we don't see him. We don't see him on a regular. I was talking to a regular Inter fan, and that's just
The
standard
regular
what he
Inter
does.
fans?
You don't even need to worry about him losing the ball because that's actually what he does. He's very good at that. So I felt the same as you when I kept seeing him on the ball. I was like, he's about to lose it here. This pass is going somewhere else ridiculous. But no, smooth, but smooth as butter.
But and also the thing about it is once you subscribe to that kind of playing style, you have to kind of be ready to accept that sometimes a mistake can happen, and then it becomes like that system looks ridiculous. But if you really work on it and figure out the kinks of it and how to have your goalkeeper become an extra defender on the pitch, and you can dominate teams and be really successful.
You start to enjoy the football, lad. You actually start to enjoy the football because now when they get it right, man, and you have the right people around him, the football looks fire. It looks sexy,
Yeah.
People shouted.
Yeah.
I was one of the guys who wondering why we bought Aaron Ramsdale, but he made our play this season. He made our play this season so much better because he's one of those goalkeepers. He's also a shot stopper. You can check the whole season highlights.
I can't have blood pressure problems watch my goalkeeper running out of his box with the ball, bro.
Bro, no. You're too stuck in the old type of football.
You're too old school.
I'm from the era. I'm from the era where you are not out of the small box. And now you guys are running the midfield. I'm good, bro. I'm good, bro.
I hear you.
Too old school, fam.
Let's switch to this because this lineup because I try to put in some names that I know I feel like they're immovables right now. So
You forgot
Say what?
Varane. You forgot.
Oh yeah, and Varane. There we go. You're right. And yeah,
So
okay. So there we go. We got 3 positions to fill this transfer window. I guess maybe
yeah,
Antony is staying. Antony is staying. And I don't see Antony going anywhere.
I don't
But
know, man. My man just,
somebody still needs to put pressure on him, even if he's staying.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I'll put Sancho
It's-
rather than Antony to keep it 100.
Okay. Well, and high chance that Sancho is staying as well. So I think that position, the right wing position, I feel like it's not as high in the priority list, even though it should be. We haven't had a productive winger in a minute except Rashford.
I want to
So
ask something that Natata I've been spending quite a few months thinking about.
what? Go ahead.
Where are we? What are we saying about Greenwood? Are we done with the kid? Are we? Are we? Are
oh
we?
boy,
Are we?
you
Are
want
we?
to get controversial now, fam?
Listen,
Left turn.
listen.
Okay,
We're
I
talking about,
see what triggered you to think
we're talking
about
about
it.
the right way,
But
right?
yeah,
We're talking
no.
about the right way. It's not random. I'm not picking it out of random. I get it. I know what assessing that we need someone in the right wing. I'm
Yeah.
asking now. What are we saying about Greenwood? So, okay,
What are
the
you
charges have
guys
been
saying?
raised,
You guys
they've
are
been dropped.
United fans. What are you guys
Yeah,
saying?
no. I mean, even
As
you as a
United, as United
like,
fans,
I want to hear this. So let me make this point, right?
Yeah.
Greenwood is marred with controversy. There's a lot going on in his thing. I was watching uh India versus Australia the other day. They've been playing in cricket, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh there was a player called David Warner. He had a controversial match fixing type situation. But basically, he was banned, kicked out of the team integrity, all that, right?
Yeah.
And now this guy has been allowed back into the fold. He's yet again a pivotal component of the team. Him and another player called Smith.
yes.
Those guys were pretty much kicked out in disgrace. They were shunned by fans. Everybody thought that they brought the game into disrepute, but they served their time. They came back. They've been allowed into the fold. Pivotal members of that win. They recently won a very important game. So I ask, as footballers, not talk about,
Yeah.
like, obviously their charges were game related, so it's probably obviously not as bad. But I ask, my man's has been charged. He's not charged anymore. Now he's just a professional footballer with no criminal record to speak of. What are we saying? Are we saying he can't play for us anymore? And if so, can we sell him then and, like, it not be a thing? Or are we welcoming him back into the fold and is he playing? Because for me, the kid had bags of talent. I'm gonna forget about all the sides, right? I'm talking about straight talent. That kid had bags of
Football.
talent, and he was coming up. He was coming up. So are we saying, are we good? If we're good, let's get rid of him. Let's not make it a factor. Let's just straight get rid of him and have him out the team. If not, if he's staying in the team, why are we not playing him? What is now the reason? If he's not going and he's staying, what are we saying? Excuse the rhyme.
Go ahead, bro.
Before
So I asked,
we get another Man United opinion, I will want to agree with your point there, where you said he's gone through his legal battle. Right now, he's a free man. From what I've read and from what I've understood, the charges were dropped. The legal system played its thingy. So a decision has to be made now of whether he comes back or not. And dude, like you said, man, from what I saw, he really should be playing. Obviously, I see Kush's message. Greenwood is gone. Obviously, depending on who the owners are, the other problem is that you guys are busy jumping around between owners. It's a whole mess up there in United. Like this, these guys are refusing to sell. And I even had a conversation with somebody about that, in that the longer that these guys don't sell, the shorter your transfer window gets. Because once the new owners come, also they have their transfer plan and whatnot. So you guys are at a very big disadvantage because right now your owners aren't thinking about transfer window. Other people are out there selling, they're out there, they're out there buying and everything. You guys, your owners aren't thinking about the transfer window, they're thinking about selling. So it's really important to make these decisions now. Again, this Greenwood decision is gonna at the end up being made by the future owners because they want to know whether they want their name associated with their club. So it's not really going to end until the ownership gets sorted out. But from my perspective, I say this man has faced his thingy, whether he beat the. I mean, we can use many examples. Ronaldo beat the case as well. So what makes him different from Greenwood being allowed to?
Kobe beat a case. Lots of athletes.
Yeah,
it's just part of life.
Let the lad play, guys. Let the lad play. If he didn't get convicted, if his record is still clean for whatever reason, however he did it, you can have your opinion on how he did it. Doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the facts are facts. He has not been convicted of that crime. So let the boy jam.
And
let the boy jam.
To letting the boy jam, the club's official statement one of the last updates was obviously they were like, all right, we understand whatever the justice is done is due course, but now it's Manchester United doing their own internal investigations. That's how they phrased it that way. I'm like, okay, what does internal investigation mean? Does that mean like y'all are detectives? Y'all are like, what? Nobody knew what it. I don't know how. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, fine. That's them attempting to sort of morally cover that ground a little bit, but at the same time, it's a question that has to be answered by more than just one people, and those people include like the current owners who are about to sell, as you were saying, Mojo. Like that's a very, very important thing because like the new owners also have to morally respond to that, So it's like but they have it's one of those things where for me I think like the public has an opportunity to show that they believe in rehabilitation. They believe in actually whatever side makes you feel better about letting the lad play. Let him play. It's like one of those things. Like enough time has passed. There's been like some healing, a little bit of a healing period. For everybody, because this was a big situation that you can't deny the gravity of it. But then at the end of the day, the man is a footballer. His life cannot just be on pause. And my only question comes about his match sharpness, because if you haven't played in the competitive Premier League game, and you just slide in, I don't know if it's just gonna be that easy for him. So it would be nice for him to get maybe a short-term loan, maybe till January.
As an Arsenal fan, I'll take him.
I mean, when we bring up that right hand side for sure,
that boy had bags of talent. His match sharpness is not something that's gonna take too long to come back. He really looked like the real deal, fam. He really looked like the real deal. So
I also don't think wherever he was just posted, man. Like I don't think like he was just chilling. Like I believe he was training, keeping himself fit. Maybe not practicing.
You mean like his finishing might even come back better? Is that what you're saying? Like
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like Mojo is saying, his match fitness won't be like a thing, right? There've been people who come back from like long-term injuries and have been able to get match fitness fairly quickly, and he wasn't even injured. Like it's not like he has, what I'm saying. Where his problem is mental.
I liked the parallel early on with Kobe.
The beauty about it is,
if you followed Kobe's trajectory, it was like there was like a certain like new reinvented Kobe after the case, after he beat his case, and it was just one of those things where he's playing almost like with a point to prove type thing. So you never know what kind of animal might just come out of here, and yeah.
What are you
at the
saying,
end of
though?
the day,
What are you
he's a footballer.
saying, Didi? What are you saying? Would you keep him in the squad?
I say I'm with Benidre right now. I say release the mace, fam. That's what Benidre is saying. Of course, as the recordings have heard Greenwood, there's no comeback. Buck says we should either play Greenwood or sell him. Chris also said it's too controversial to put him back in the squad. If they do a referendum with everybody and the women's team included, the whole organization, I mean, and everybody's fine with it, why not? Why not? Greenwood can put no foot out of place if he returns. If Ten Hag gives him a chance, he needs to be perfect, says Box. Yeah, we want that. Anyway, we talked about is like the focus that you can draw from this. It can be very, very, motivational as well and help him propel to the next level. 100% he ain't coming back. Kush is convinced Greenwood is gone. Benito is like 100% he should though. He'll go to another club for a season, then we'll sell him. Box, what I suggested is a loan till January. We see him back like 5-6 goals. He come back and be really, really, really good for us. Like I just need to see him, like have the media respond to him, have fans, whatever. He just needs that experience. But it might just. I'm a little bit skeptical about it just being at Manchester United where it all went south. Entering
I hope he plays. Whether it's at Man United, whether it's whatever, I hope that he has a football career. Like. Yeah, if Man United don't want him, cool.
He's like what old is that guy? 20?
No
21?
Yeah, he's like 21.
Oh, yeah, he's not old. Like this, there's a lot of football left in that guy, bro. There's a lot of football left in that guy.
See him play, man.
Not that personally, I'll just say put aside all of that. Bring the kid into the fold. Let it be I would say let it be up to the players. The guys he plays with, because those are the guys that have to be comfortable with him.
No, even the Man United women's team needs to be consulted. I think it has to be a whole.
I meant men and women. I didn't say like male players. I said players. Essentially, those are the guys that do the 9 to 5 with him. So, like for me, that's all it needs to break down to. Fans will forgive, bro. That guy scores 20 goals, we are done. That guy scores 10 goals, we are done. Like he's scoring 10 goals.
After the second goal, we have memories of a fish. Like we should remember, like fans just changed.
Like, dude, trust me, those cricket guys I used as examples. Nobody even remembers that those guys were in a very deep match fixing scandal. Nobody remembers that, but those guys are playing week in out, hugging opponents and our own teammates regularly, but nobody cares, bro. Nobody cares. They don't even bring that thing up anymore, bro. So, like I'm saying, okay, cool. The boy may or may have not made a mistake, but like the decisions have been made. We can't make them for people. You know what I'm saying? Like the decisions have been made by those responsible for making them. Now it's for Man United to decide, okay, what are we saying? Are we playing the kid? Are we letting him go? And now the problem is the limbo, bro. Like I don't understand. It's like causing its own unnecessary, I don't know whether to say drama, but it's just like they just really just need to make a decision. Are we keeping him? Are we not? And let it be. They made a decisive decision with Ronaldo. Okay, Ronaldo did this. He needs to go. There was no debate after the interview or we keeping him? What's happening? Do we discipline him? There was none of that. But they said, oh, okay, cool. This guy did this. We've decided this. God. So can they just do the same with Greenwood so we can move on? If the kid is not staying with us, cool. We need to now start finding a way to rebuild. But if he's there, I feel it's a wasted resource. I really do.
Yeah. No, but also go ahead, Mojo. Keep. Yeah, no, I think I want to clarify that I think he's I'm responding to Kush's comment. I think he's not like comparing them like that. It's just people that have had scandals or a case or an episode where they were not playing and then they go back to actually, playing again. I think that's the larger point you were trying to make. I think, right? I don't want to put words in your mouth. It's just like
very much so, very much so. I'm not even suggesting in any way that they're the same. I'm just saying that Yeah, I'm just saying that it's taken its course though. Like it went through the proper channel. So like we can respect the process. If we respect the process, then we should be discussing, are we letting him back in or not? That's like what it should be. Even if it's not, that's still fine. If we don't want him, if we feel it's too much for the club reputation and all of that, that's still fine. No problem with that. Let's just be decisive about it. That's what I'm saying. Let's just be decisive.
So I mean, and it's gonna be really be as I said, it was questions for everybody, and it's gonna cause a stir. But something has to be made, and we need to move forward and figure out what we're doing with our recruitment. So 1,000,000,000% he won't be coming back, says Kush. I think he's in that camp of like no Mason at all. Okay, so if at all, we're gonna assume with no Mason. So Antony, Sancho are probably gonna be the guys on the right wing side. Let's be honest. There's Ahmad, who's probably maybe also might come back, but into the fold. I don't know how Ten Hag feels about Ahmad, but another person is Pelestri. He's barely had games, but he's a quality winger that we have.
We're trying to build you a first 11, dude. Those aren't starters. They're
no,
great. Garnacho is one of those on the left side you could put it, but no, man. I'm trying to build starters here.
True. I mean, so it's like that. I want to say, I think here we kind of know that there will definitely be a Mason at Man United. It's not Mason Greenwood, but it's Mount. So like
definitely.
Those rumors are, yeah, no, well, not 100%. 100%. The clubs just need to agree on the price. Chelsea and Man United just need to agree on the price, because like the latest reports right now is just that the messages are so positive between Mason and Man United, and they told him wait for us.
No, that's what we specialize in. We specialize in positive reports, just for us to go get someone we don't know, like Malaysia or Martinez, or that's what we do, man. We'll specialize in those reports.
I hope those reports.
Getting those who have amazing YouTube videos, but I've never seen them play in real life. Like that's what happens with our team. So we'll see some incredible compilations of YouTube, and then that's the player we're getting, and be like, yeah, this is the missing piece. Like, oh, where's this guy been though? Like when did I miss this? So I don't know about definitely, homie. I see it going south as per usual.
It's one of those.
No, but I think he's one of the highest. I think we can put him there as one of the most likelihoods to come in.
Yeah, in terms of most likely rumors to happen. Exactly. Yeah, sir.
Let's forget.
I agree with you, Bob.
Let's forget
not
the rumors. What would you want though, Diddy? Is that like a player you'd want in our squad?
Actually, I would. Before you answer, between Mount and Madison, because Madison is coming at a cheaper price. Madison is definitely coming at a cheaper price. So why would you pick Mount over Madison?
No, if it's between Mount and Madison, I'm going for Madison. I'm not going for Mount. No, that's clear. Make that one clear. Like for me, Madison, you can definitely see his skill sets and what he brings to the table. But Mount is just a player who's just like a footballer. I don't know. I don't know exactly. He's like, tenacity. There's a long range shot that's there once every 10 games. But man, it's I don't know. I wouldn't.
I don't know about
Mount like the typical English passion football player. It's just all about the English good. Like you really don't see the technical ability, the finishing. He's just all over the place, dude. Nah, Mount is not a player. Get Madison. I would tell.
I don't think Madison is that great either, though. 100. I don't think Madison was that great either, man. He was in a team that got relegated. So like, what did he do? You check how Tottenham underperformed, but Harry Kane scored 30 plus goals. What was Madison doing this whole time?
Thank you, Kush. Madison.
Here's the thing.
Like I ask, I don't know about
what was Madison doing. I'm just trying to remember. There was a James Madison that you saw right before Qatar, right? That earned him the call up to the English squad. But obviously he got there and then he didn't even
I'm gonna
play. He
tell
was
you
just
right
carrying
now,
luggage for people.
Gareth Southgate's call-ups don't make any sense because Maguire has not failed to make a call-up ever. So, like, if that's a benchmark.
Okay, yeah. You destroyed that take.
Maguire without fail gets picked week in, week out for England. He's a definite. He's a definite.
No. Okay.
Southgate is not
An
the guy
England
that
call-up
I'm
is
going
not
for
by no means a barometer. You're right. Yeah. I heard you.
No.
But my point was
what I can agree with
though.
I can say Madison didn't have his best season this season. But again, if we were just to look at what they do on the field, Madison for me is more able to pick a decisive pass, to pick what you call this a chance creating opportunity than what Mount can. Mount for me, his ball playing ability, his shots. How many goals does Mount score? I'm sure they score about the same as Madison, but for me, Madison is more able to create assist, get a foul, or do something decisive
and score a free kick.
Mount is able
and score a free kick as well. He
actually
actually
something.
scored.
Is Mount an attacking midfielder or a central midfielder? Yeah, box to box guy. Is he an attacking? What is he? At least Madison, I know, is an attacking midfielder, right?
I thought he was an attacking midfielder. I would have to ask my Chelsea homies, but as far as I know, his best position is as an attacking midfielder, as a 10.
So he's a 10 that can play 8.
Yeah.
And when you're going, and in terms of Madison, I feel like Madison is a little bit more attacking than Mount. You wouldn't have any or as much defensive responsibilities that you'd give to Madison as much as Mount. So, but you definitely can tell that this guy Madison's quality is clear. Like he's got the free kick. He's one of the, like, I think I can't remember exactly how many free kicks were scored this season, but I think I remember 2 free kicks where he scored. I'm just like, this is guys going under the radar. Free kicks are not, we don't see a lot of free kick goals nowadays. And the guys that are actually able to convert those, you have to applaud them, because definitely there are free kicks being taken, it's just kind of one of those things where, that if he comes in, he'll also be good competition for Bruno. Madison will be more competition for Bruno than Mount would be, So anyway, that's my stance on that one. So let's go to the striker position, and say, all right, cool. Who is the guy who's going to be leading the charge? I think Box said Rashford, Kane, Greenwood. That's the Box's front attacking lineup in the front. But are we going for Kane? See,
it probably is going to be Kane.
I haven't stopped. I haven't changed my opinion on that. I think it would make a huge difference, even if we didn't replace some of these other positions. I think Kane's 20 to 30 goals will make a huge difference with any lineup that we have here. So, but I also think Kane is a pipe. I don't think that is a realistic signing that we are going to make. I would be lying if I said I was hopeful, unless he out and out says he wants to come to us. At the word pouch. What the hell's wrong with this guy, bro?
Yeah, I would too. I would too, dude. I would also. I agree with Coach.
What better than Mount? Get the hell out of
here, bro.
Pouch gets you 2 free kicks in a season, standard.
And also your corners. We're going to score 15% more goals from corners if we have work.
And we're going to score 3 more goals.
And then
how many goals did Mount
score? I don't want to
2 or 3, dude. Mount didn't do nothing.
It's no different from the guy in football who does the punting. That's what he will be doing for us. He's the punting guy, right? I want a punting guy.
I think Ward-Prowse and Casemiro could actually have a very good partnership. If you look at the reason why the games that Southampton have, he's the heartbeat, bro. He's the heartbeat for Southampton, and he's a leader. You can tell that this guy is somebody you can
Why are
rely
we bringing
on.
up all these players that teams who got relegated, bro? What heartbeat?
That's his
There was
team.
no heart.
That's not
That's
not his
that's
fault.
why they've been relegated. Kind of the thing is, when a guy scores 5 goals out of the collective team's 15 goals, we can't say he's the heartbeat. Just because the whole team is not scoring.
Why not? Why not?
No, but you gotta take
You're
it.
able to get 30% of the goals. You got 30% of the team's goals.
Exactly. And you gotta also look at the skill sets that how he might fit into the puzzle that you have that you're trying to build. So it's
But that's
that.
what I'm saying.
What are our
That's
weaknesses?
okay.
Are we not scoring from corners? Or do you want to see the same corners next season where we're more vulnerable than actually
My
dangerous?
question is
It's
that
our corner,
after
but I feel like
he's
we're gonna concede every time when we get a corner.
Is he doing a through ball? Is he picking a pass? Like after that, what does he do? That's all I'm asking.
He does have a good passing. We can't even take corner kicks. Look at that.
I might not even be a big fan of Madison, but I can at least say that guy's contribution is beyond free kicks. He can do a lot. He can score in open play. He can pick a pass. He can track back if necessary. I know I don't know. I'm not a fan of him, but at least I can say that I know that he has those qualities. Now all I know about Ward-Prowse is that he'll score a good free kick. That one I'll give you that. That man scores a good free kick. And then what? I don't want that another player who's just going to,
especially Mount at 80 million. He's better than Mount. There's 80 million for Mount. It's just Man United spending more money on an average player. Don't do 80 million on Mount. Just don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm not a big fan. I've never been one to like make price a factor, because if we can afford it, we can afford it. Like if I want to pay 80 million for him, let's pay 80 million for him. What I want to see is contribution on the field. That's why even when we had the Antony debate, I didn't say he's a flop because we paid 100 million for him and he played poorly. He's a flop because he played poorly. We could have paid, I think I remember saying we could have paid 50 million for that guy, and I still would have thought that it wasn't good enough. So like, let's leave price out of it. Now I want to know, what is he gonna do? I'm not saying I'm a big fan of Mount either, right? Just saying I don't know what else Ward-Prowse has to offer other than set piece.
Let's look at the metrics. Ward-Prowse and say a top class midfielder. I don't want to compare him to Xhaka. Let's go to Bellingham. And say, you know, look at that. Look at
Xhaka in this.
No, pass completion. Look at the pass completion. That's the main thing.
You know what I don't like about
what?
How many passes are you making in a game, though? It makes 2.
He's gonna.
I'm not impressed by that. The poor stats.
Yeah, I don't like the things, but I want you to see those are the stats I want to see. Complete. You can pass to the back. That's a completed pass. You know that, right?
No. He's got long range. He's got long range passing.
Yeah.
He's got long range passing. Ward-Prowse
give me chances
also
created.
very good defense.
Those are the stats I want to get. Chances created, assists, goals. Then holler at me then. Completed passes, man. Why has a lot of completed passes?
Okay, all right.
I'm not sure
Okay, so
but yeah.
fine. Okay, cool. Okay. So who would you rather have partner Casemiro then? Because that's the other position we haven't talked about, and we conclude the lineup.
You mean signing wise, or like what we have?
Signing wise.
You have to sign. There's no what you have.
Right, we don't have nothing.
I would rather buy Louis Tillman. He played that position, right?
Yeah. I'm
All
gonna
right,
hate on
that
that. That's not a bad buy.
he's not old.
That's not a bad buy.
He's a box to boxish, right? He's box to box, right?
Yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah,
the
yeah.
box to box. That's
But he,
that proper eight. Quality eight.
yeah, and I'm sure would get him for a decent amount. Like if like price, not price is not a thing for me, but at the very least, not personally, I would think that's a better player than any of these guys we mentioned now. That's
If
who
I'm
I would
not
buy.
mistaken, he's on a free. I think his contract is done. If I'm not mistaken, he's on a free actually.
Yeah, and it's Aston Villa who are topping that list, which yet again for me it's like a no-brainer. But who am I, bro?
Look
the guy.
look at this lineup. That's why I'm chuckling. Look at this lineup. This Tillemans, Casemiro.
Tillemans is dangerous, boy. Yo, yeah.
This guy
And
just
yet you're
flipping
waiting
you.
to tell me about Ward Prowse. Ward Prowse. Right, man.
What? No, Ward Prowse is definitely better than Tillemans. Nah.
What? Okay, Arsenal, what are you saying, man? Who would you prefer?
Who would you prefer for us, for Man United?
Or even for yourself, like in that position. Let's not even like make it a Man
I
United
had a
thing.
choice.
Like if you had
Exactly. You just defeated your own argument, see, by bringing. Look at that. Thank you, Coach, for
no,
exposing
listen. I don't like any of those players. But if I'm gonna be forced to pick someone, I'm talking about someone we can realistically get. Like I'm not gonna just pick out like anybody from Europe or any. I'm talking about actual people who might come to the club.
Yeah,
So
within reach.
I'm not a fan of that either, but I would still be like, okay, if we bought him, I'd still be okay with that. But if you're asking me, who can we buy central midfielder who we can actually get, not like my dream or what I wish, you know what I'm saying? Then yes, I would say Yuri is a better option for me than Ward Prowse. Even Madison, I ain't mad at, by the way. Just in case Kush thinks that I don't want Madison. I ain't mad at Madison, but I will say that Ward Prowse is no for me. It's a straight no.
I
So
think
you'd
for
rather go
me,
with
for me,
Tillemans.
you ask me who
Go
I'd pick, I would say for that box to box 8, I would pick Tillemans. I would pick Tillemans because he's capable of getting goals. He's capable of picking a pass. I know his assist record is actually quite good. Plus, he's also got grit. He's somebody who's going to be box to box. Ward Prowse, technical wise, I think he's better. Ward Prowse would, for me, for you guys, he'd just be a replacement for Eriksen. But he's not somebody who's going to appear in the box making that final third man run, really pushing that box to box stance. I think in terms of dead ball situations, yes, Ward Prowse is the better option, but Ten Hag system, Tillemans.
Word. Yeah, man. I mean, I hear you guys, but I will respectfully disagree. I mean, I'd rather have a Ruben Neves before I see a Tillemans in Man United, but that's another conversation for another day. I want to make sure that we finish.
I'm not mad at you for that, though, man.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you.
If we're talking about
Neves,
within these restricted constraints that you're talking about, but really the level that we should be going for is Caicedo level, and like what exactly what Kush said, or like obviously the highest wish list is Frankie de Jong. That's the person that completes the puzzle. That I don't think that's gonna happen. But yeah. Anyway, what? No.
My daughter is
okay.
Not cool with that.
Let's finish today's conversation by talking about the Man City game, guys. I want to just ask you guys, like, for me, like, it's funny because I feel like Simeone Inzaghi, his tactics were actually better. He outclassed Pep Guardiola, even though the results say a different story. Even though the results say a different story, for me, Man City were not. They were horrible.
It's just the phrase "outclass" is the one I'm not okay with.
Technically,
I think
he did it, bro. It's not his fault that a guy like Lukaku is out there defending the double agent, bro. What are you talking about? Lautaro Martinez is not picking the right choices.
Nah.
He's trying to score from an acute angle. That's no, bro.
You can't say,
The Inter Milan had the game in their hands. They did. If
You're
they didn't
losing
deserve, listen. Let me finish. If they didn't deserve to win the game, they certainly didn't deserve to just have it finish at 90 minutes. They should have gone at least to extra time. I can't say like they definitely deserve to win the game, but it should have gone to extra time. You know, that's
I'll
how
tell
I'm
you
trying,
this.
that I'm trying to say. Go ahead.
He substitutes to a poor though. He substitutes to a poor, and I'm not even gonna focus on Lukaku alone. I mean, Lukaku was dreadful, but I don't think there was anything he did or he brought onto the field that I was like, yeah, no, this was a positive. Well, maybe not a positive move, but I don't think he did anything right tactically. I think Pep's substitutions were tactical, and were very strategic and were very good when they came on. Minus in Foden, because Foden was a forced change, but he still came on and made a huge impact in the game. But after that, every change he made after that for me were better changes. It's why they edged out the game. And Simeone's tactics, I don't know whether to blame the players. Maybe he just doesn't have the personnel. I don't know Inter like that. I do know Fat Rom is not the answer. Fat Rom is not the answer.
He doesn't have the personnel.
They say Megan the Stallion.
Roman the Stallion. I want to say Roman the Stallion is not the guy, bro.
Roman the Stallion.
Roman the Stallion is not the guy, bro. Nah. Yo.
But then Lautaro Martinez also was having a terrible.
He found Edison's toes, man. He had a full head-to-head and he found Edison's toes. Probably the hardest place, the only place he could have missed, and he found it without fail. I'm not gonna blame him for the ball where he was in front of the guy's head, bro. Like there's nothing you could do about that.
Yeah.
But as a striker, a paid professional, you gotta be able to pick your spot from 6 yards out. You cannot only spot where the goalkeeper is.
Here's the thing about that chance. 7 out of 10 times you score that. And or 8 out of 10 times actually. Like the chances of you missing that.
Boy.
Yeah.
That like, 1 out of 10 times that you do.
I think I assume if I'm thinking for him, he's thinking maybe Edison is gonna go for the choice that he should be going for. So they could have been that, like when you're thinking for the opponent being like, oh, Edison is gonna know that this is the gaping side of the goal. I'm going. So you know what I mean? But the question is he's had 2 major setbacks from the World Cup and from this Champions League. Is there a way forward? Is there a future for Lukaku? I don't know.
My man needs to go to Inter Miami, bro. Where is it where they're throwing all that money around, bro? That's why he needs to go, bro. Like, that guy's plugged up in the States as a state representation for his agents. He just needs to find himself a Washington Bulls. What are the other teams in MSL? What are they called, bro? Like, better, bro. LA Galaxies.
New England Revolution is 30 minutes away from
here. There we go, bro. Oh, so many teams that'll pay. And those are the kind of games where you would probably score. Like that's where he needs to be, man. In that section, European football is done for him, man. That guy's paid for like 9
on the level. Oh no, no, guys.
What I can agree with you, where I can say outclassed is not the correct statement. He came with a game plan and he got it right in the first.
He had a game plan, no doubt about it.
No doubt about it. You agreed. You said he had
no. He had his game plan. He had his game plan.
He had a superior game plan. Is it? Was his not superior than Guardiola's?
It wasn't.
No.
You know why it wasn't superior? Because
Guardiola's one was just superior because he won.
He didn't make what I agree with you. He didn't make the right subs. Plus, he knew that I don't know whether he knew, but he didn't have the personnel. Because are you going to hold it out for 120 minutes with the same players? Or
also, Guardiola adapted, bro.
Bring on people who are going to hold it out for you as well.
Whatever. Here's
his
the thing,
plan was
guys.
to hold it out.
They told me
His plan,
Man City plays with a box
to hold it
in the
out.
middle. Where I didn't see the box. I didn't see no box. I just saw scared Man City players. The only Man City player that was not scared was John Stones. He was the only baller who was comfortable. Like, I'm playing in my garden. Everybody else was freaked out. Kevin De Bruyne said, I'm starting to see hyenas. He asked, niggas pretended to be injured, and then after that, he's now celebrating. He's not injured anymore. What? Bro, like, what?
That boy
everybody was scared in Man City, and they did not know what
do you mean scared?
Nobody knows what was Kevin De Bruyne's injury.
Like an experienced midfielder, bro. That was a kid, bro. That guy ran that.
Barely got injured.
Every chance.
There was no hamstring in the celebrations. I know a hamstring, you can't be jumping around. I saw Kevin De Bruyne celebrating. Like, I was just waiting for Sol Bay to come into the picture and celebrate.
But yeah, where Inter Milan's plan failed is because after you hold about, what do? You expect these guys to take it. DiMarco's header, before he hit Lukaku, why is he looping the header? He actually had so much time. He could have actually let it drop and shoot, or ping that header into the corner. Why are you looping the header to hit the ball? Come on, fam. Inter Milan were more shocked than Man City, dude. Like, I won't lie.
I remember thinking to myself, I did think to myself, after I saw the replay, I was like, hey, but then again, bro, like, why is he hitting that way? Edison is tall, bro. Like, how are you going to try the ball
and
from that high,
contact,
from that distance,
and maybe even try to win a
pen? Like, honestly, like, what are you doing, bro? But it's
panicked more than City, dude. Inter Milan panicked more than City, and that's why they failed. These guys just didn't have the mental. They just didn't have the killer instinct. Lautaro Martinez. There was a point in time where he was 1-on-1 with the keeper, and then he tried to shoot while Dzeko was in the box and Brozovic was making a late run on the edge of the box. And you try and shoot when the keeper's like right in front. Come on, dude. Come on.
True. Okay.
Those decisions that you make when it's clutch. Like Rodri, his decision knew that ball comes to me. I'm hitting it once. I'm not even going to try and hold. I'm not even going to try and thingy. And then when you see the replay, there are two Inter defenders right behind each other. Martinez, Man United player that I like, he throws himself in front of that ball.
Yeah.
Two Inter players that were literally behind each other. That
guy found the thinnest part of the goal you can find, bro. That guy found the thinnest part of the goal you can find.
Here, gents. Let me flip the question. Let me
was let down by his players. His players didn't have
the quality. The players didn't have the quality. I hear your point. But here's the thing. All right. Let's compare the last two City games, the two finals. Guardiola in his post press match conference, he said the FA Cup final win over Man City gave him more joy than this one. This one, he was like, I felt satisfied at the end of the game. He said we suffered through the game, but at the end of the day, I felt more satisfied. So I just want to kind of just ask you guys, okay, so Ten Hag, fine. On paper, it was 2-1, right? The Man City, Man United, and this one was 1-0, Inter Milan, Man City. So which final tactically was harder? Because for me, I feel like the Inter Milan final was harder for Pep Guardiola because on the surface, Man United got a goal, but that goal was a gift from the heavens. It was not like the penalty. There was nothing that Jack Grealish could do to move his hand out the way, and then we got a penalty, and then the score flattered the performance. But I don't know. What are your thoughts about that as we wrap up the stream?
I don't know, but personally, I thought tactically Guardiola did better against Inter, because Inter were at least playing like football. Man United were at the final, but we didn't really like do enough to test Guardiola's tactics or test Man City as a team. But Inter actually were doing that, and Guardiola adapted, and he would make changes, and you could like see palpable changes to their play as the game went on. It wasn't like he just sat back and sat back and sat back and sat back and sat back. Unlike with us, where like, to be honest, other than that smidgen of a chance that we got for the penalty, like there was not much else I could say we did for 90 minutes. That game could have easily been 4-5, 6-1 if like City were about it that day. But I don't think you could say the same for Inter. Like Inter lost 1-0 because Man City didn't have many chances, but they absorbed everything that they received, and they were clinical with the ball. So I would argue that that game was better than us. We didn't do anything, man. We didn't do anything. There was like Guardiola didn't. I don't even think he had to change his game plan. I think it was just like more of the same, guys, and we'll win. Like I think that's all he had to say with us. But with Inter, I'm sure there were like several changes every 10 minutes. Like, but you could see like the gameplay just kept changing as the game went on and on and on and on and on. But Inter were balling. It's just a shame that their chances created were not finished, because they had quite a lot of chances. Man. Lukaku had, I know we mentioned those two guilt-ridden ones, but they had a few where he was one-on-one with a defender and he could hold up. He could either hold up the ball. I know there was one he shot wide when he shouldn't have shot, like he was far away. There was one he shot straight at the goalkeeper. He wasn't the only one who had chances. There were like a lot of Inter guys that had chances, but they were not clinical. So I believe that if there was a game to lose, it was that one. But I believe Guardiola adapted accordingly to make sure that the game ended in the correct result. So personally, I don't even think we put them in the same league, because Man United weren't doing nothing. Like there's nothing Man United did in that final other than scoring penalty and a few outstanding De Gea saves that I can be like, yeah, no, that's what we contributed to that final. But after that, no.
Was nothing. No. What about you, Mojo? How do you feel?
Yeah, I think I'll agree with that analysis. Having watched that move, like the major highlights of the FA Cup game, and watching the full Inter game, in that tactically Guardiola had to do a lot more adaptation for the Inter game, because Inter had a game plan. Inter had a game plan. As I said from the beginning, they were really let down by their players. Even in the first half, with Dumfries, they were making ill decisions. They were slowing up the play when they had great opportunities to attack the Man City defense. And there were periods of that game where Inter had maybe 5-10 minutes of possession, and they could have really made them count, but the players just were making the wrong decisions from that perspective. So I think from a game perspective, Pep really had to figure out how to resolve these issues and win that game. And eventually that's what he did. I was surprised that the Foden substitute, because Foden hasn't had that many minutes this season. To bring Foden,
I would have thought Alvarez first before Foden.
You know, so Pep had an idea. He knew why he was bringing on Foden. He had a reason for that. And well, as he said, for a guy who hasn't had many minutes, Foden came, made an impact, and played the way that he was supposed to in a cup final. You know, 100. Show up and make sure it be there. So, you know, or at the end of the day, the tactics came out for Pep in making sure that he didn't concede. He got his goal, and from there he played as Man City would, and keep possession and keep trying to plug away. He unfortunately didn't get another goal, but the more important thing for him was to make sure that he doesn't concede, and that's I think that for me looked like his primary purpose in that game.
Yeah.
Unlike the regular Man City teams where you want to blitz and everything, he knew that this is a strong Italian team. It's
Facts.
not going to be one of those that you can open up just in J, just like any other random English team. So I need to be solid. This game can go 90 minutes with no goal because Italy teams
Mhm.
aren't really about trying to score many goals. Their point is to defend, score the one goal, defend some more. So I
Yeah.
think Pep really, from his tactical standpoint, he also wanted to say, I can also score and just
Yeah.
hold on to that. I'm not even worried about it.
He had something
And that's
really
what it looked.
interesting. He had something really interesting to say about Italian teams and that perspective. Nil feels like it's a win for an Italian team, but he was like, I want my team to know that nil means like we're losing. And then he made a very interesting analogy to the his first time winning the treble when for that final. I think he said they were playing some Horia or something like that, but it was another Italian team that's really, is like the occasion. There's something about the way Italian teams set up that it just makes it, a game that could go either way. So Simon, I agree with what you said there. Inter played a very good game as massive underdogs, and they really deserve like a pat on the back, like to make players that we thought were washed, like Damian. Like it's nice to see Jeko, 38, 37-year-old man, like he was putting in his shit, and he made it all the way to the Champions League final, and that's
Don't say
deserves
that
some.
too loud, bro. We'll end up signing him. You know how he gets down.
Yeah, yeah. No, please, no,
Don't
Jeko,
put that
please.
out there, bro. Don't put that out there, bro. He'll end
Yo.
up in United for his next month, man. No,
Yeah.
it's good.
Mandem, I want to thank you guys for today and everybody that contributed on the conversation. Kush, Box, Simon, Benigre, all you guys, and just how you also were just with us every step of the way. That's been so special. Thank you for that. The last one word answer question is: can Man City win the treble again next year? Yes or no?
Yes.
Ooh, why did you guys give differing answers? I want to know. I was just, it's got just one quick explanation. What? Oh shit!
The only they have to try again hard for is the Champions League. I think English Premier
That's
League.
Yeah,
If like someone is gonna have to do something special to beat that team. So
yeah,
FA Cup, yeah, fine. Cup games are always touch and go. But Premier
yeah.
League, it's like unless someone does something special, it's just gonna be same shit, different year.
Damn.
that's
Why do you
that's for
disagree,
me.
bro?
Cup, cup games are cup games, dude. Like it's hard to do another cup run on a sequential season. I think FA Cup. I can't remember the stats. Not many people have won FA Cup year on year. Champions League, only one of the greatest ever to play the game of
Mm.
football has done a repeat. So man, cup runs are just kind of difficult. This
Yeah,
treble treble year on year. It's gonna take it's
yeah.
gonna take a lot of washing. It's gonna take a lot of money laundering and washing of the football game for a team to
Yeah.
win a treble back to back. Like it really now has to be some indespicable money laundering by one team, dude.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm crossing my fingers that somebody does something. And Chris said, "Hell no, they're not repeating the three-peat." Simon says, "Arsenal and United should stop City next season. I'm counting on you guys." And Arsenal says Kush. And Chelsea, Liverpool, Spurs, Newcastle will be firing on both cylinders. It's gonna be really interesting summer, and the recruitment will play a big part in the answer to this question. I think, and the last thing that I wanted to add is Pep's false nine system feels like you can win a Premier League like that, but I don't know if you can win a cup can be reliable for cups. So right now, Pep is more suited to win cups than leagues, in my opinion. But anyway, that's a conversation for another day. Thank you guys for making today's stream special. One more time, we are out of here. Yes.